Oh, girl, it's Thotter Stu here at Alnwick Gardens for the MX Drag 2024 press day, and I'm here with a very familiar face. Hello, Velvet Snatch. How you doing?
Oh, hello there. I had to do it. I'm doing really well. I'm nervous as hell. I'm really nervous about this, but no, it's really good. It's going really well so far, and thankfully it's not raining. Fingers crossed.
For now, at least. Yeah. So obviously we know you a little bit too well. You were even on the microphone. So, but for those who may not be as well versed in the snatch, could you give us a little bit of an introduction to yourself for the
people who may not be as versed in the snatch?
Look, we've all got our quirks, and that was mine. Tell us a little bit about yourself for those who aren't me and Glenn.
Okay, I am a bald egg from Newcastle upon Tyne. I've been doing drag for about 5 years. This is the 5th anniversary of me doing drag, which is kind of crazy. And yeah, and obviously I do podcasts, I present, I host. Yeah, this feels so weird talking about me to you. No, and I perform, and I also do everything, like, yeah, music, yeah.
Too much, some might say. Not in a bad way, but just for yourself. So what has inspired you to enter this particular competition?
I think, you know, I'm someone who is not competitive at all. Like, I am someone who, I like the experience. Like, I was a semi-finalist in Newcastle Drag Idol like 5 years ago when it all kicked off. And the joy of that was basically, you know, like what you learn over the course of a competition and the friends that you make over the course of a competition and how much you sort of, you know, you strengthen yourself. But with this one, when we did the press for it last year, I realized that it's not just a pageant. I thought it was just like, oh well, the most beautiful person will win, or the person who's going to spend the most money will win. And then instead it's this wonderful experience of like raising money for charity, you know, learning about like LGBT plus history, and you know where we came from and the struggles that we still have to like face in the world, and also getting to look a bit pretty on like the actual final day and stuff. And I was like, this is something I can get behind, because it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's the fact of I still raised money for charity. I still, you know, learned all this stuff. And I think, yeah, that's what's important to me, and that's why this pageant stood out for me.
Yeah, I think we did learn a lot last year doing the press day.
Yeah.
So what about then, out of all of those elements, which are you looking forward to the most?
I'm both looking forward to and most worried about the fundraising, because the fact is this is crazy, from when this goes out, a couple of weeks I will be 40. It was my 40th birthday in May, and yeah, I just like the idea of my 40th year on this planet being able to be like, I raised loads of money. Like, I actually helped people, because both the charities that we've got, Charlie and Carter, which basically helps parents who have had to like leave work in order to care for a child with a chronic or terminal illness, and Pride Action North, who are offering, the only charity in Newcastle offering like mental health support for LGBT plus individuals. And at the moment, that's so incredibly important. So that's what I'm most excited about. But at the same time, I'm setting myself lofty goals of how much money to raise. And it scares me a little bit that what if everyone's like, well, you've raised 50 pence. Good try.
I mean, you know what, 50 pence is better than zero. So yeah. So what other sort of aspects of fundraising have you got planned so far?
Oh, there's so much. Like, what I'm in at the moment is basically the let's have loads of ideas and see which ones pan out. And yeah, so we've got merchandise. I've never done Velvet Snatch merchandise before, because yeah, who would want a t-shirt with my face on, you know?
Not me.
Yeah, exactly, that's the thing. But yeah, we're going to do Velvet Snatch merch, but all of it's going to have an educational slant. So we're going to have, I'm talking about things like fridge magnets with Polari phrases on, so that we can bring back this ancient, like, well, not ancient, but basically this old like queer code language that we had in the 1920s through 1960s. And that's going to be like fridge magnets, so people can kind of learn and put all the words together. We've got the handkerchief code, where I've made my own line of handkerchiefs that are all branded with the Velvet Snatch, but also the color codes for the handkerchief code, so we can do some nice campaigns there. We're going to have the typical like fundraisers, where my aim at the moment is to have a fundraiser for all of my characters. So we're going to have a candy snatch fundraiser, which will be one thing. We're going to have a Velcro snatch metal night fundraiser. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of that one. I love it.
It's being planned at the minute, and then we're going to have the standard Velvet Snatch kind of, which might be at Prohibition in Newcastle. It's tentative at the minute, which is a wonderful 1920s themed bar. Yeah, so there's loads planned, but it's the idea of what'll pan out and what'll raise money. Because it's there, having lofty goals and doing all these things and then being like, no one wanted that. Great. But yeah, so it would be very nice if people bought the merchandise and checked it all out if they're interested.
So in short, you're doing everything, basically.
Yeah, so it's like working for Gurl, yeah.
We know too well. So how about the runways then? Obviously, there's a few categories there. Are you prepared, and is there a favourite?
The issue is we have my evening wear look. That's all sorted. That's something that we sort of made a couple of weeks ago, and we're like, cool, we have that. The one I'm most excited about is the national wear, which the concept I absolutely love. Whether we can pull it off is a different matter, so maybe it won't end up brilliant. The beachwear, I am struggling. This thing where you're just going, should I just wear one of those 1920s bathing suits? Where it goes up, where it shows a bit of ankle, and you just go like, everyone else is like all these wonderful divas showing skin and stuff, and I'm just like, you just got a kiss me quick hat on.
You've got to keep it on brand though, to be fair, so...
I think that's the thing. I think what it would be is going out in this luxurious outfit, like this glamorous thing, and then a tear away to just a crap bathing suit. Feel like that's what you're getting.
I would clap for that, so fair enough. And finally, on a wholesome note, have you got any advice for our queer youth?
I think stick with it. I think the most frightening thing about being young is that everything hits you at like 300, 400%. Every single emotion is heightened because of what you're going through. And the fact is, it won't always be like this. It's a phrase now, but it gets better. And it's the idea of reach out, look for the support that you need. If the people that you're with aren't supporting you, whether that's your family or whatnot, don't, totally step away, but look for the people that will listen to you, will respect you, and will be able to give you the support you need. Because, as LGBT plus individuals, we all need a community. So, yeah. If they were in the room, that's what I'd say to them. But I'd probably shout it at them really menacingly.
Yeah, I can see that, with maybe some seagull noises in the background or something. Well, thank you very much, the Velvet Snatch, and good luck in the competition.